Imagine a 16-year-old child writing about an issue as serious as caste system.
Also, imagine writing most of your life for children, but having a very tragic start to your life, such as losing your father at the age of just 10.
So yes, this is the author we are talking about, Ruskin Bond, and this is one of the stories from his short story collection, and it is called Untouchable.
Namrata, what do you think about the title here? Does it ring a bell in any way to you?
I think the first thing that it does is to remind you of Mulk Raj Anand's Untouchable because it's a novel.
Yeah,
However, I did not know there is a short story with the same name. I mean, I wasn't sure there is one written by Ruskin Bond. Obviously,
same.
yeah. So obviously, the title gives it out. It tells you
Yeah.
what the story is going to be about.
It is the word untouchable. I think it is important for us to talk about the just the word itself because we don't usually use this. Of course, in India, we definitely use it a lot, but it's not a very popular word um, in the world, I would say. Untouchable is where in India we used to have the caste system. We have the caste system. If you could explain the word, because I think this word untouchable itself is very, very intense and deep and complicated. So if you could explain it, no, because
Yeah,
not everyone uses it in everyday life.
yeah. So I just Googled its etymology, and it says that it originates from the English word untouchable, meaning not able to be touched. And it was first used in the mid 1500s to describe something physically incapable of being touched. So I think that would be the literal meaning. However, it was later applied to a specific social group, it says. And I think that is what happened even here in Indian context. It got applied to the caste system. But again, I think the term caste system, this system here is also slightly problematic, even though I did not know that it is problematic all these years. I think the origin of the word caste, even that is debated. Like it doesn't really have Indian roots. I have read that it has, I don't know whether it has roots in Portuguese language or some other language. But obviously, we cannot deny that there is, that practice of untouchability, it persists. That is the theme of this story,
Yeah,
untouchable, through a child's eyes and what he saw around him.
yeah. So to be sure, this is the untouchables where are the part of society where these people were shunned from the society. They were not given equal rights as others. They were also considered not
Uh,
touchable.
Not, yeah.
They were not even considered worthy of a touch. They were not considered worthy to be eaten together with or lived together with or having the same kind of roof or having the same kind of luxuries as other people had. So that is what we are seeing today. Um, so talking about Ruskin Bond, the author, he is very well known for writing children's books, and I think most of his books and stories are catered towards children, and rightly so. He has won so many awards for it as well. And his writing is very simple most of the time, very easy to understand, and the English is very not complex at all. It's an easy read and a fun read, I would say. So same goes with this story too. The child is himself, I think, and he's talking about it, about what he sees at the age of 10.
Hmm.
We know that he writes for children. Even now, he has over hundreds of stories for children. Do you really think that this was for a child? This was a topic for a child, or this is catered to its children? What do you think?
Even though he usually write most of his stories are for children, when we look at
Hmm.
this, obviously it deals with a very serious theme, which is not limited to children.
Yeah. Um, Definitely. But a child could read it if he wants to and understand it.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Um, it's just that, I think a lot of things, when we read it in a context, makes more sense. I am going back to what you were talking about, and I would just like to share my point of view on it. So, untouchability, like we discussed what it means and how, there was that discrimination where you were not supposed to eat with another person who belonged to a lower caste. But uh, I mean, imagine a situation. I mean, we all hate caste-based discrimination. I also do. We all do. And anybody who is sane would do that. But, if we just try to contextualize it, imagine somebody who is maybe um, working professionally in a sector where he has to deal with um, something related to, cleaning animal skin to produce products, manufacture products out of it, shoes and whatnot. So now imagine this person, if he comes to your home to eat with you, uh, and he has not, cleaned himself, let's say, because it's something he does every day. So maybe you would, offer him some water to wash himself up, because it's animal skin that he has dealt with. It can be dangerous, but you are not discriminating here in a way. I mean, will you call it discrimination if you're just offering water to wash,
Not
so
at all. I
washes
mean,
himself? So
not at all. Absolutely not. It is not discrimination if you offer him water.
yeah, to wash himself. But we can look at it in another way, in a very what do you call it? A very reductive approach where we will say, okay, see, this man belongs to that caste, that lower caste, and that is why she is making him wash his feet before entering her home. We can also look at it like that, and if we look at it that way, then obviously it is unacceptable. Nobody would accept it, right? So somewhere I think the context also matters a lot, and I think there is a lot to be discovered um, about it. Obviously, the form that it
Definitely.
has, yeah, and obviously the form that it has taken today is something really tragic, and
And problematic.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, because in this coming to the story, because it's not about um, how logical it is to call them untouchable or not untouchable. It's about a simple boy who is of age 10 and he works at the place. I mean, at the house, in the
yes,
house. He's
yes,
working for those people. And still to go through the same kind of um, insult, or you can say, still to go through the whole experience where he's considered even lesser than a house help.
hmm,
The word that is used is servant. That is problematic,
obviously,
and that is what we are, I think,
yes, yes.
calling um, unfair, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I agree completely. It's just that when we look at stories like this, the only way to think about a change is looking back at past and the practices in a negative way. It
Hmm.
is slightly limiting because we are thinking too low of
Yes.
ourselves if we are doing that. So I think uh, there should be that space where we can discover more, um, because there is a lot that needs to be uncovered, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
The story revolves around that and the treatment that the kid is also a child, right? The one who is being discriminated against, and we have this other child. So I think innocence is also something we can see as a theme overall. So this child looks at the way he is treated, but do you think he understands what is going on? I mean,
I'm pretty sure he does, but he's used to it. Maybe that's why he doesn't react to it in a very um, drastic way. But he does, and at times he's like smiling and laughing and making fun and trying to be as and trying to make his life or day as entertaining as he could by just doing silly things. Um, as we all do. Like if you imagine you need to go to an office. I mean, we all do work, but I'm just saying, imagine you are working every day, the same kind of a thing. So you kind of find out your comfort place, what you do around work. Maybe you joke around with your colleagues or have a little getaway in your office itself. Maybe you play table tennis with them for 15 minutes. So that's what you do to make yourself comfortable and going into a 9 to 5 job every day. So I think he has also found out those loopholes where he could have fun. So he makes fun of the author so, when he sees that he's scared of a bug. Um,
hmm, yeah.
then we also see that he's also scared. The very scarce moments that the author has revealed, where he has revealed that the boy is actually a 10-year-old boy, although he's responsible and hardworking and funny and trying to get used to the whole thing. But then he's also a 10-year-old boy, just like the author. The moment that we find that is where the thunderstorm scene, where he says that I am also afraid to the author. He goes and they both sit together with the wall behind and just wait for the thunderstorm to pass. So I think that's the moment where we see the true and vulnerable 10-year-old boy who's just a boy.
Hmm. The story concludes with rain and both of them smiling and, yeah, laughing together.
Yeah. And this kind of is like a moment of solidarity. I can call it, where the author is also not very kind to the boy the whole in the entire story, but then when he's scared and he's sitting with him, he feels that solidarity with him. So that is a very powerful moment. And I think maybe where he realizes that he's not different from him at all.
Hmm.
Maybe that's not said directly, but then we can imagine.
Yeah.
Also, a fun fact that when in this story, the author says that his father is ill and is in the hospital because he has malaria, and just randomly comments on the mosquito that is flying, and he says that this could kill me as it has made my father ill. It's a very dark humor kind of thing, but I also laughed at it.
But there is
Fun fact.
innocence.
Yeah. Um, his father actually, Ruskin Bond's father actually died of malaria. He was a British in India. He was an English teacher, and he died of malaria. So tragically at the age of 10. So it was a great story. I really liked it. I hope we do it again.